Hey man, those Apple glasses?
You bet.
Cool. How do you charge them?
Dude, genius. Check this out. You just take your AirPods, right? You stick them right here. And you take the other end of your AirPods and just stick them into the AirPod case.
Don't talk to me.
Apple. Wow! Welcome everybody to something I'm gonna call Rumor Mill Thursdays. Today we're gonna talk about the rumors of the upcoming Sony a7IV and Apple potentially getting into the headgear business. Strokey chin moment. SonyAlphaRumors has come across some specs of what could be the a7IV coming out potentially sometime midway this year. Now, admittedly, Sony's got a large selection of cameras with all very confusing names. You've got the a6000 series, the 63, 64, 65, 66, a7C, a7III, a7R3. I've run out of fingers. According to SonyAlphaRumors, these could be the specs. It's going to be a full-frame mirrorless camera. It's going to have a 30-megapixel BSI CMOS full-frame sensor, which is going to be a slight upgrade from the 24-megapixel sensors that you're going to find in the a7 III. It's got the Bion ZXR processor engine. It's got an ISO of 50 to 204,800. A hybrid autofocus system of 693 phase detection points and 425 contrast detection points. 5-axis in-body stabilization. It may have 4K at up to 60 frames per second for all you 4K geeks out there. 1080p at 240 frames per second for buttery smooth slow-mos. Peter McKinnon, looking at you. It'll run Sony's S-Log2, S-Log3, Cine and S-Gamut 3. It'll shoot RAW, JPEG, and Apple's HEIF. It's got a slightly larger 3-inch screen with 1.4 million dots, so an upgrade from the a7 III there. It also has a half-inch OLED with 3.6 million dot viewfinder, which is also an upgrade. So pricing is looking somewhere between $2,200 and $2,500, depending on the region. Now, things I think it should have, and I hope that it has when it comes out. Flip out screen, which really should be standard on all cameras nowadays. Like, why wouldn't you put one in? Touch track autofocusing, which is really handy on something like the a6000 series. Infinite recording for everybody that's using this camera for YouTube vlogging scenarios. Multi-interface hot shoot and H.265 codec. That would be nice. See if that actually happens though. Sony cameras can tend to take a long time to actually exist. But first, a word from today's sponsor. Okay, 2021 may also see Apple doubling down on its AR initiative. They're already pushing ARKit very heavily in their phones. Respected analyst Ming-Chi has said that Apple plans to release its first AR device sometime this year, which could take the form of Apple glasses. Now, the report further states that the Apple glasses, at least this first generation, are going to be heavily powered by the iPhone. So not unlike what the first generation of Apple Watches would. It wouldn't work wirelessly on its own, but it's going to rely on the phone for a lot of the heavy computing and connectivity. Now, this could be pretty groundbreaking for Apple and for AR devices, VR devices, headgear in general, because currently you have two options for AR and VR headgear. You either have something like the Oculus Quest, which is sort of standalone, but it's big, it's bulky, you can't actually wear it anywhere but in a very clear room, otherwise you're just running into things. Or otherwise you have headgear that needs to be plugged into a computer for all the processing, and then you're tethered and you're pretty much anchored to where you are, wherever that computer sits. So it's a pretty genius move letting the iPhone do all the computing, because then while that does all the heavy lifting, that allows the headset or potentially the glasses to be a lot lighter weight and just act as a display mechanism. So what do you think? Is this going to be like another Google Glass experiment that sort of went nowhere, too expensive, looked too weird? Maybe it just wasn't the right time for it? Could Apple execute better? Who knows? There are definitely some pros to being able to have a heads-up display with you at all times to display certain information, notifications, directions, things like that. But if they do happen to take the form of glasses, then you kind of have to wear glasses. So if you don't already wear glasses, are you going to buy a pair? Are you going to have a pair of glasses that do just that? How's it going to handle changing out prescriptions and evolving prescriptions, things like that? Are they going to be super expensive when your kid sits on them or when you sit on them? So that's it today for the Thursday rumor mill. What do you think? Cool stuff on the horizon? Are you going to pick up the Sony a7IV? Would you wear Apple glasses? Let me know in the comments. And let me know what else you'd like to see as I'm trying to figure out what other sort of videos to do. Do you want to see more product reviews? Do you like doing the rumors? As always, guys, if you like the content, please like and subscribe. Smash that like button if this was 3 years ago. Do whatever 2021 button pushing you want to do. If you like the content, guys, drop a like and a sub. It would really help me out. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. And as always, this is the channel you're looking for. A7S3, A7R4, A9, A9 II, A9S.